Celebration of our beautiful Sister Sonia Scully. Sonia was well known by many people for her role in the centre at Clapham Junction, the PCS, is that right? Yeah. PCS, she was involved in training there and running the centre. But Sonia was also a person very, very active in the community, involved with Black History Studies. Some of you may know that as BHS, the Black History Studies. She's also been involved in the interrupted journey of the African family with Lascelles James and myself. Many, many events, trips to Egypt, knowledge keeper, knowledge bearer, always informing people to know themselves, to know our past, to Sankofa Bra, go back and fetch it. And that she did often. She would teach her children, has taught them, and given them knowledge of self and of past. So we go back and fetch a lot of the experiences and stories. And tonight that's what's going to happen. We're going to be talking about Sonia Scully and how we remembered her, what we remembered her for. And we're going to share that. Never let us forget. Too often we come to these events and we gather together. And there's a saying, isn't there, about a candle in the wind. Sonia's candle, Sonia's light will never go out. Ashe. It will burn until time indefinite. We'll feel her presence and we'll honor her and remember her and do the things that she ordained and encouraged us to do. Ashe? Ashe. If you're in agreement, can I get an ashe? Ashe. So please be mindful. Please offer your comfort beyond today to each other and to your family members. That is what our sister would do. And I task you with that, to make sure that you look out for one another. This is not an easy road for the family, especially. So let those of us who gather together in support of them as friends, make sure that we live up to the commitment to Sonia to always be there for them and comfort them in their time of need. Ashe? Ashe. Ashe. Be mindful of the young people among us too. Those who have lost their grandmother, their auntie. Let's remind them that this life isn't all there is. All right? This is just a body we have here, but the spirit does what? Tell me like you mean it. The spirit does what? It lives on. So it is our duty to make sure that we teach our youngers that, and that we remind ourselves and how we need to be reminded in this world that we're currently living in. Isn't that so? Sometimes we forget and we focus on certain things. But again, Sonia was one to remind us. Do your works. Yeah? Do the work while you're living, while your hands are able. Leave a legacy. Leave a legacy like our sister Sonia, remembered for the right things. All right? So we have a brother coming to bless the proceedings for the remainder of the evening. He's of priestly character, kingly character, and he's the one, Brother Anand, that's going to come and do that. But it doesn't mean that if anybody here feels they want to say something, that they can't say that now. So take the opportunity. I'm happy to hand the mic. If anyone has anything they want to say and they feel able to speak up, speak up. Anyone?
As you all know, Sonia was an amazing, strong, vibrant spirit. And I haven't known her for that long actually, but she embraced me like family. And we travelled the last part of our journey quite closely together, and it's a privilege. It was a privilege. It's a privilege to be here. And a testimony is also in the way that her family have embraced me and allowed me to be so close with her at the end of her journey. And she's a shining light. And as Empress said, her spirit, her memory lives on strong, and she will carry us, and she's watching down on us. I just want everyone to remember how beautiful, peaceful, strong, resilient, courageous take those lessons, the lessons that she taught us, and she will continue to teach us with you each and every day. Forgiveness.
Ashe. So as our sister said, warrior queen. Warrior queen. And I'm going to introduce you to another warrior queen.
Sonia's been like a sister to me, and she's seen me through some rough times, and we've had some fun. I met Sonia before Karibu was here. I met her a long time ago, and for some reason, my silence intimidates people. But Sonia was one of the people that looked at me and she smiled, and down came the barriers. Down came the barriers. We've travelled together, we've laughed together, we've cried together, and we've plotted together. Yeah, we've plotted together, and we've fixed some people's business. And we've danced. And one of the happiest places I know Sonia to be was when we went to Egypt. Because it's through Black History Studies that we actually got to Egypt. I'm not one to travel because I can be quite temperamental, put it that way. And Sonia had to work on me to get to Egypt. Because at the time, I wasn't well for a long time and I couldn't walk a long distance. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go to Egypt because this lady keeps on whispering in my ear, may I go? And the year before I decided to go, I found myself at the gym. Never in my life did I think I'd find myself at the gym. And it's Sonia that was encouraging me, get strong, because you're going to need it. Boy, she wasn't wrong, because we walked some distance in Egypt. We walked. We went down the Nile, 4-day trip in the Nile. I couldn't believe what I was doing. We went in a hot air balloon, but that was the funniest thing. That's when I got bred. Because as soon as I heard hot air balloon, I knew that I was going there. Sonia looked at me and said, "We're going in a hot air balloon." I said, "Yeah." And she'd never been in a hot air balloon. And I remember we got up early in the morning, we made the journey. On the way, some man tried to barter for me, isn't it, Mum? Yeah. And I was most upset. And got to the place near the Valley of the Kings, and it was dark, and I just looked up like a child, and Sonia there beside me. And it was so funny, we went to the hot air balloon, it's a big basket. When I walk up to the basket, I see Sonia just leap over and get in. So I'm looking, I think, okay, this is the end where my journey ends now. There's no way I'm getting in there. The next thing I know, the same man that tried bartering for me come and lift me up. Look there. Sonia was there, killing herself, laughing. And we went up. It was dark when we went up, and we met the sun. I always remember that, and the look on her face was pure joy. Pure joy. We went through the clouds. We saw the sun rise. We looked over the Valley of the Kings, and we were just up there for hours. And I've got a beautiful picture of her and Brother Mark. She didn't speak much. That's not like Sonia. She used to absorbing everything there. And when we came down, it didn't seem like we'd been up there an hour, but we were. But one of the things Sonia tried to get me to do was chai tea? That was too far for me, because she promised she was going to come around my house, and because I've got a garden, she said, "We'll go out in the garden now." I said, "You come around our house because we're going to stay outside." That's what I told her. And she just laughed. But, she liked to walk. Sonia used to walk and walk and walk and walk. And through her, I got into the habit of walking. Yeah? Because one year with this lockdown business, the right side of my body got weak. And Sonia said, "Sis, get up and walk." And it strengthened me. So when I go out walking, I'll always remember Sonia. Yeah? Because she liked to feel the grass under her feet. She liked the trees. She loved the trees. My Sonia brought joy to the world. Yeah, she was a kind and patient person. But having said so, don't mess with her. Yeah. Okay. So
Let me just give you a couple of memories, because it's always about the happy memories. Yes, because the vessel that carried her beautiful spirit has now departed, but her spirit will be here forever and will live on. And how it lives on is we call her. So we call her name to keep her memory alive. So we was in Egypt. We was doing a reconnaissance. We started Black History Study tours, and we was doing a reconnaissance in Egypt. And we went with a group called Viking Travels. And it was 2009, was it, Charmaine? 2008. And we was going to check out the tour. And Sister Sonia said, Egypt on my place, me love this place here. So they started off in Aswan. The tour started off in Aswan. And our tour guide was this Persian lady. She kept saying she was Persian. And I'm saying to her, it's Iran, darling. Persia don't exist no more. But she wanted to give us argument from the start because she knew it was Black History Studies. So this is the first tour. Right? And we're on the bus and we're crossing the High Dam. And as we're crossing the High Dam, the lady said, if you look to your left, you see Egypt. And if you look to your right, you see Africa. Sonia, oh, where's she say? Sonia, we're sitting in the back of the car. Sonia put, you know her locks is long, right? Sonia went, ready to go and deal with the woman. I said, Sonia, it's the first day. It's the first day. By the time we got to the fourth day, me and Charmaine got arrested. It was Sonia that bailed us out at the Valley of the Kings. And I'm telling you, that sister, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here now. Yeah? Let me tell you that for nothing. If it wasn't for her, I would not be here now. And we're going to make sure that we keep her spirit alive, right? So we call her name, right? And like we said, up, 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 strong, 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 yeah? And I know that she doesn't want anybody mourning. She wants everybody celebrating her life because she lived a wonderful life, yeah? And at the end of the day, she's still here with us, yeah? So, big respect, one love.
Yes.
Hi everyone. So I am Sonia's white friend. And for many, many years, that's what I was known as. How's your white friend? Where's your white friend? White Auntie Jackie, a white girl. But the thing is, it's a fact. I'm white, and I was her friend. So it was never from day one. I've known Sonia since I was 8 years old. So that's 20 years. And all her family, Pauline, Trevor, Janet, all went to Sturchley School together, primary school. So I've known her all these years. I've known her, what a lot of people might not remember about her is Sonia and Jackie were limbo dancers. She used to play a steel band when she was younger, and I don't know, I can't even express the love I feel for Sonia, and always have. And she has always been like a sister, and there's been times where we haven't seen each other for years, and the spirits have always brought us back together again, always. And I feel like Aisha, Menelik, Bibi, the family, everybody else as well, obviously, but you know, we lived together, they grew up with my children, and yes. Yes, we had Ernie, the stick, and I have apologised for that. I have apologised, but Ernie did a good job. And they only got Ernie for telling lies. It was only lies that they got Ernie, so yeah, so we've just shared so much, and yeah, like everyone said, Sonia loved to dance. We loved our music and we loved dancing. And the one thing with Sonia was a joker. Sonia's sense of humour was second to none. She was like so quick, so intelligent, and yeah, she could put somebody down with like 2-3 words in an instant, but in a funny way. Like she never had a bad vibe inside her, ever, unless you messed with her. But even then, it was never nasty or there was not a bad burn in her body, and yeah, I'm really, really, really going to miss her, but I know she's always going to be with me and always with us. So, thank you, and yeah, and Sonia, yeah, Rastafari to Sonia was everything, everything. And we used to read the Bible together. I'm just going on and on now, sorry. So, I would just like to say to everybody, Ja, and we love you, sister.
Give thanks, everybody, give thanks. Ashe, Ashe, oi! Bless the Lord, give thanks, give thanks.
Greetings, Africa.
We was expecting a brother to be here and he's been delayed. So what we're going to do, we're just going to take action and just do the thing, yes? So we're going to call on Sister Wynne to say the prayer for us tonight to bless the proceedings going forward. So we ask you all to show respect. If you can, be upstanding. Yes.
So we just harking back to our ancient tradition, where we pour libation first and foremost to the Creator, the Source, the All, the One. Oh, so sorry. The Giver of life, the very source of life, the essence of life, the substance of life. We say Ashe. Ashe. We acknowledge the first species of life that was here before us, the plant world, Ashe. Ashe. We acknowledge the insect world, Ashe. Ashe. The animal kingdom, they were here before us, Ashe. Ashe. The trees and vegetation, we honor them. Ashe. We pour libation to her bloodline ancestors on her father's side, Ashe. Ashe. We pour libation to her bloodline ancestors by her mother's side, Ashe. Ashe. We acknowledge the spirits that stood guard at the place where she was born, and they kept their position until she transcended. We acknowledge them and say thank you, Ashe. Ashe. We acknowledge her spirit guides who kept her on her path. So the Sonia you see had many teachers. We acknowledge them, though we did not know them, but we acknowledge them and we say thank you to them, Ashe. Ashe. We give thanks to all those who are members of our soul group and your spirit guides. Thank you for your service to her, Ashe. Ashe. And to all of Mother Nature that nourished her throughout her journey, we say thank you to the East. Ashe. Thank you to the West. Ashe. To the North. Ashe. To the South. Ashe. To the above. Ashe. To below. Ashe. And all who were her challengers, thank you. Ashe. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bless you. Give thanks to our sister Ashe. Oi! So, the house is now blessed. And remember how we're supposed to walk, yes? And family, we love you. The love that Sonia gave us, we pass on to you. And we'll continue to support you until time indefinite. Ashe! Ashe! Oi! Mama! Ashe! Ashe! Good night. Yes, you can hear?
Yeah. I have so much to say, you know, and I give God thanks. Having a daughter like Sonia, she's different. She's different from all the kids from me in the world. And I'm so grateful to God. And I pray that she rests in peace. Perfect peace. I miss her so much.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
remember all the time. I thank you all. I thank you all for what you're doing for her and for what you've done. And may God bless you all. Make His face to shine upon you and give us that. This is all I have to say in Jesus' name.
Ashe. Thank you, Mama. Thank you for giving us Sonia. Thank you. Give thanks. Bless them. Okay, so we're going to open up now. We're going to open up. Ah, yeah, chronic. You notice we're not going to allow you to sit down. Yes, family.
Glory to the Word. Glory to the Son. Glory to the power of the Most High. Emperor Haile Selassie I, John Rastafari. To the power of the Moan Bessas and Negede Yehuda, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, Nagus and Agast, King of kings and Lord of lords. Siyumi Exia be here, elect of Jah and light of the world. High priest forever after the order of Melchizedek and King of Zion. The Alpha and the Omega, the architector of all faith and ruler of the universe. The one most triumphant and most wise. Emperor Haile Selassie I, Jah Rastafari. I am before the beginning, now and forever to be, world without end. And so, in the same way, the spirit of I and I beloved one shall be forever. Because that is the promise of the Most High. That I and I shall be priests and priestesses, princes, princesses, kings and queens. So in the same way, it's not one who stands before you. It's all of I and I here today who is here to send forward the spirit of I and I beloved. Now I know that libations and words have been said before I arrived. So I don't want to go over those things, and I won't take a long time, right? So we're just going to go through the Naya being decreed, and first of all, I have to pour a libation also to add to what has gone before. So I say, blessed to the Word, the Son, and the power of the Most High. We have to welcome our grandmothers, grandfathers, greater and greater ones to the gathering. And in the same way, as I'm sure the elders have already been acknowledged and welcomed, yes? So I add my own to that meditation. So I say, grandmothers, grandfathers, welcome. And I give thanks that you come to join us today, to eat as we eat, drink as we drink, to celebrate and to raise the spirit of our beloved Sonia. Somebody say? So, I and I heal those who have gone before us on whose shoulders I and I stand. Those who rose for the first time in the mountains of the moon. Those who stood on the heights of creation. Those who occupied the hills, the valleys, the waters, the lands, the mountains of Mother Africa. I say, welcome. I say, come and join us as we celebrate the forwarding of I and I beloved. Ashe. May her Ori shine bright among you. May her spirit rise. May she see the everlasting waters. Hold her hand and guide her to the place of judgment, but not yet. For this time, let us come together and celebrate. Let us come together, you who water the fields, who till the land, you who occupy the foundations of mankind, you who formed our great societies and empires of Africa, of Ethiopia, of Kemet, of El Kebulan, I say honor and blessing and welcome to you, Ashes. I say blessings in the name, all the names from this time to that time of the Most High. For we are not held by names. We are held by the Spirit, by the power that lives within I and I, that we have known throughout time in many names. Amen, Atin Ra, Ose, Roset, Ta, Enlightener, Christ, Messenger, Molda, Murungu, Leza, Nyame, Numo, Ama, Motimo, Olorum, Ja. I say, come upon us and be glad in this day. Join us, eat as we eat. And when we see her, we will say, yes, I see her. Because that is a tradition. You will see her coming through the door. And the first one who will see her, you won't see her straight in front of you. You'll see her out of the corner of your eye. You'll see her just passing through. You'll see her standing peacefully, one side, taking it. And it's important that the bond, the hold is broken between this world and the next. It's very important according to tradition. And the 9 Night is part of that process. The 9 Night is very much a part of that process because its purpose is to let her know that this world is no longer for her. It's here to join us among us, and we must all be aware of that and conscious of that and have that in the side, in the back of our minds. Okay? When I look right for her, when I look left, when I look behind, we're looking forward. All right? We're looking forward because you're forward to the realm of the ancestors, to the realm of divinity. And she's moving into the place of what we know as Ma'at, the place of judgment. And it is the duty of those who live in this world to send, please, PLEA, meditations to the next world about the spirit and soul of the one who is departing. We say to the Most High, this has been a precious and beautiful, this has been a person who is beloved amongst all of us. You know, we say, let not mercy and truth forsake you. Bind them about your neck, write them upon the table, the tablets of your heart. Right? That you may live well with both God and with mankind. And this is such a one, who we say have lived with both God, with God, with our spirit, and with mankind. It's time to give thanks for all that has been. It's time to give thanks for what will be. It is not up to us, it is up to creation. So we give thanks for life itself. And we're going to demonstrate that tonight with our dance and our music. So I just finished off by saying, Not the whole heap of psalms that I was intending to do. You know, there are times when we like to move according to order. But there's also a time when we need to move according to spirit, just according to the flow. And that is a part of I. So when I just move with the flow and say Psalm 133. Behold how good and pleasant it is for an eye to dwell together in unity. In America, when the much is shed becoming in Yamarene. Keres is second in them verses is second around Amon. Belgusum and India in them were should know. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even one's beard that goes to the skirts of one's garments. Betsion telarot in them were in the armonoim till now. Betsia exiabi here berekitten. Haya wetten. Iseke zelalem as zezoalna. As the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. We say life, health, and strength to all of you. We say life, health, and give thanks for the blessing of each and every one of you, of each and every one of our foreparents and ancestors. We give thanks for all the children, those who will move and take our spirit and our life forward. We give thanks for the food and the drink that we shall eat this night. And we give thanks for the blessing of togetherness. We give thanks to those who prepare the food, those who serve the food. We give thanks to the farmers. We give thanks to the fishermen. We give thanks to those who work the land and the sea and bring the blessings and bounties of Jah creation and life that I and I may sit together this day. We give thanks for the rain, the cold, the sun, the moon, the blessings of the universe and life and consciousness itself. We give thanks for all things, and the most precious, brightest thanks that we have known Sonia, that we have known her, and she has blessed us with her presence. We give thanks to her mother and her father, her grandmother, her grandfather, her kingman, her sisters, her brothers. We simply, brethren, sisters, princes and princesses, with all heart and spirit and soul, very simply, just give thanks for every little thing. Glory to the Word, glory to the Son, glory to the power of the Most High, Jah, Rasta, Jah, Adonai Jah, let your consciousness be wide and rise with the sun in the morning. And I know, yeah, you are. I know, yeah, you are. I know, yeah, you are.
give thanks? Ashe. Yeah? So, remember. We thank our drummers once more. So remember, people, as Marcus said, up, 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 ye mighty people. Strong, strong, strong. Voodoo. Let it begin.
You see my clothes? You see my looks? Sonia wore her Africanness every single day. Her locks, her Rastafarian, that was Sonia. She lived the life she taught. I've known that woman for over 30 years, and my world, as I knew it, ceased to exist. But you know something? When I get up and walk in the morning, I know that she's going to come. We say, come on sis, one more step. Because she used to inspire me to walk, because she loved to walk. And when the sun rises, I remember Sonia because she was up with the sunrise. That was her. She'll always be with me.
I've known Sonia for 45 years. I met her as a young man, 17 when I started my apprentice, and she was working the same place I started my apprentice. You know what? Sonia, in your life you can't go wrong, because me have a lot of happy memories from partying together. The parties them used to have at them flat back in the 70s and 80s until we get bigger, we grow up, we start with life, we don't see each other as often as we used to, but you know what? There was still a lot of love.
Respect, Sonia. Blessed love, yeah? Long live and long love and more peace and more prosperity. God be not forgotten, sister. Spirituality, strong strength, more love, more strength. Positive energy for you.
Celebrate my mom, this is her truth. Come in at the middle and dance. We're Africans in here, what we know to do? Dance, beat drum, celebrate my mom's life, yeah? Right now?
You hear what the young lady said, right? We Jamaican people, right? So we're full of vibes, right? Get some vibes now.
What's the name of this?
To tell you, say the first time we meet Sonia and the song me play. As she stand up on her 2 feet, them as she start bounce, just so.
We are fine and a rich.
Just so.
They were fine and that's why you them in touch.
Why? Them are real. Ujo.
We are fine for your slice and the bird. They must scream and a dream and a wish me fit. Only God out your head. I know just how we are scream and a dream for the team. You don't play no feelings.
I first met Sonia when I came to work at PCS. Along with our friends Amanda and Sheila, who also are no longer with us. They actually made my life bearable in an environment that I was completely a stranger to. And the three of them, they clocked it, and they grabbed me, and they wouldn't let me go. And they became my finest friends and sisters. And the fact that they are all now together is good. It's how it should be. Yeah, and one day we'll all join them, and we'll have that last drink.
Sonia, thank you very much until today, and always you bring joy to my life. I have so many moments that I just feel so.
Sonia and I have known each other for 15 years. We've been roomies when we've been on trips together, and when we were getting ready for bed, we never, ever, ever seemed to think that we were going to go to sleep. We just had so much to say. We had so much laughter in our room. We just enjoyed ourselves. And for me, I always felt as though Sonia and I had a spiritual connection. There were times when we didn't even have to say anything. We had a wordless communication. And even when there were times when I hadn't heard from her for weeks, and we suddenly picked up the phone and we were talking to each other. It was as though we were connected.
most people know who I am. And me and Sonia have only met in the last 10 years. And very stimulating lady. That's why I became very friends with her. She was giving me computer lessons on the house, and she used to read my email. But what happens, well, I can say this week, Jamaica has lost another daughter. Birmingham has lost another daughter. I don't know all that well. I wish if I knew her longer. But I can say she's like the missing sister I've never had.
Blessings going out to the family, just sending so much love. Make sure you transcend safe and well. Always got good memories of Kabibi in primary school. And I was one of the mentors at the school, and just seeing mum and dad drop her off every day. And just being an encouragement for us. And I share. Yes, man.
Love, honour and respect. Honour knowing you. Sonia, love to the family.
Well,
Greetings.
Sonia was an amazing woman, very photogenic, and I've known her since the Black History Group's studies with Mark and Charmaine. That's how I got to know her. An amazing woman.
I known her for a couple of years well, and of course I had to just bust the Black History Studies.
Amen.
Because
That.
this is how we all met.
Indeed,
and we've kept as
indeed.
a family, and we've been on tours. I've done all the courses, and I didn't go to Amsterdam and Paris, but I just say that Sonia always had time for me, and when we did have time, we sit down and relax, and we chat and laugh, and she was just a beautiful, beautiful spirited woman. So anytime I say Sonia Scully, I always see her with that smile and that laugh.
She was known for that smile. A beautiful smile.
Beautiful lady that we will miss. However, she'll be an sister, so I'm honoured to have known her.
Make some noise for Sonia! Make some noise for Sonia! Make some noise for Sonia!
Just wanted to give my deepest condolences to Sonia, for Sonia, to the family. I met Sonia in, our children are 30 now. I met Sonia when our children were 11, and we kept in contact. The children lost contact, but we're still together. Right, my condolences to the family, and Sonia was such a beautiful soul, inside and out, and a very cultural woman.
I'm not gonna lie to you now. I really lost to think this. Be of those that come out for salute for Sonia. You know what they say, right? Pull up that. You know what they say, right? They say good friends are better than pocket money. If you don't